Good morning and welcome again to Uplifting Moments with Nika. We're going to get kicked off with the song on this morning that goes a little something like this. Jesus, I'll never forget what you've done for me. Jesus, I'll never forget how you set me free. Jesus, I'll never forget how you brought me out. Jesus, I'll never forget. No, never. You've done so much for me. I cannot tell it all. I cannot tell it all. I cannot tell it all. You have done so much for me. I cannot tell it all. You have taken all my sins away. Just a song right there to express our gratefulness for all that the Lord has done for us, because that's how I am feeling on today. Just grateful, grateful, grateful. Well, on this morning, we are going to be talking about community, which is something that we desperately need in this day and age. So I wanted to get us a good working definition of community. And this is what I found. Community is a feeling of fellowship with others as a result of sharing common attitudes, interests, and goals. It's a group of people living in the same place or having a particular characteristic in common. I don't know about you, but it sounds like we could use a lot more of that in this day and age. And just in case you didn't know it, you were not created to be able to live alone. You are not an island. The Bible tells us that God said that it was not good for man to be alone. And sometimes we may only think of that as the gender, the male gender to be alone, because we know that he went on to create the woman after that. However, I like to think he was talking about mankind as well. We were not created to just be wandering around alone. So I definitely feel like community is necessary. Let me tell you this: being separated makes us vulnerable to attacks from our enemies. Just think about that. How many times have you watched maybe the Nature Channel or something like that, and you see this group of zebras together, and they're eating or doing whatever it is that they're doing, and then you see a predator, most of the time a lion, sneaking up on them, looking for his prey, looking who he gonna try to make his lunch, dinner, whatever the case may be. And so he's looking, and he's looking, and then he breaks out and darts out towards them. And you'll see a lot of times that a lot of the zebras will go in the same direction. But however, when there is one or two that go a different way and they're caught on their own, a lot of times they become food. Nature will truly show you how things are set up, not just for animals, but for mankind. We just were not created to be out here by our lonesome. But not only that, it shows you how cunning predators are. They look for the ones that are alone because it's an easy target. It's an easy target. And one thing we do not want to be caught these days is unaware and out alone with no community, with no assistance, with no one that we can go to or lean on or have just there in our corner to help us out in a time of need. So I definitely believe that community is needed. Okay. So just a few reasons why community is needed is for safety measures. Hello. I know a lot of people have the tracking things on their phone to where they're out and about and somebody can see where they are. They can check their location and things like that. That is a part of community, because the people that have access to information like that, more than likely you have a relationship with them. Either they're good friends or it's family members. So Just things like that. If you can't, turn on your location with a cellular device or something like that, just being in a close relationship with people so that when you are out and about and doing the stuff and the things, you can have somebody that knows, where you are, somebody that has your back should you run into some trouble or need some help. And I know that's a very simple example of having safety measures in place. However, it's like I said, it's a part of community and it's definitely needed. The world is already a cold place, but to be out and living and carrying on with your life and not have anyone that you can confide in or anyone you can trust or anyone that has your back, it makes the world that much more cold or even frightening, I would say. So that's why we are leaning into developing community and being active members of said communities. And community doesn't just have to be people that you actually live in the same neighborhood with. Although that is a great place to start, I would say, I mean, just think back to previous times, maybe when you were growing up, how everyone, your neighbors, were active in your life. When children were out playing, you would have the community auntie or somebody peeping out the window, looking out the door, making sure that they were behaving. You would have, the community uncles, whatever you want to call them, looking out, watching the children. It provided a sense of safety for the kids, but not only that, it provided help for parents as well, knowing that so and so was, next door and they were looking out for your kids and you were looking out for theirs. Things like that definitely need to be put back in place. And I know oftentimes these days people like to say, don't be in their business or get out of their business, things of that nature. And that's perfectly fine, okay, and dandy if that's the way that they choose to be. However, with communities that we need to be shaping and molding now, what we need to do is have like-minded individuals that will definitely help to put systems of protection in place that will help us to raise our kids better and to look out for our kids. If we have a group of like-minded individuals together that are looking out for each other and looking out for each other's children, man, I don't care what nobody says. I'm down for that. I am down for that because they say what it takes a village to raise a child. And I don't know about y'all, if you're parents, but I am definitely grateful for the village that I have helping me raise mine. So that's just an example of the benefits of living in community or having a great community to live in. Not only that, everybody brings their strengths to the table. Everybody. They bring their gifts, their talents, and their abilities to the table, because as much as we may like to think that we got this and we can handle all the things and we can operate over here, over there, and everywhere, having other people that are stronger in some areas definitely benefits our lives. This is all my opinion, but y'all just think about this now. So if you establish this good working community, you have some that may be strong in teaching children different life skills and things of that nature. You may have some that are strong in growing food. Hello, that's definitely something that we need to be doing for ourselves these days. You have some that may be strong in cooking, some that are great at, like I said, tending to children, watching children, some that may be great at manual labor, building things and fixing things. So we need all of this. We need all of this to have a successful life, but not only that, to have better growth for our children, to have our children be more well-rounded, to just benefit all of our lives. I definitely think that it is a time to develop these kinds of practices. It is a time to establish some good communities. Another great idea, if you can't start leaning into community in the neighborhood that you live in, possibly you can start with your local church, whatever church you attend. That's a great place to develop a good community network for you and your family, if you will. It's all about the good basis is having like-minded individuals. If we can put a belief system in place, if we can all agree to certain norms and things that we want to have established in our lives, then we ought to be able to come together, to work together, to create safe places, spaces, and areas for our children to grow in and for our families and ourselves to thrive. And that's what I believe community is all about. We're helping one another. We're seeing a need. We're meeting it where we can. We're assisting. We're not being ashamed to let others assist and help us where we need help. And that way we all can benefit. We all can benefit and we all can thrive and do what it is that God created us all to do. Live in harmony, love each other. I mean, watch out for each other. I don't know about you, but to me, to your girl Nick, that sounds like a Garden of Eden type of experience where everybody has everything that they need and there's no lack. And I don't know about you, but I am definitely like, sign me up for that package right there. I want this thing to work and to operate and to flow the way that the awesome creator designed it to. So these are just some thoughts today, encouragement of some ways that we can improve things for ourselves in this day and age when everything around us seems like everybody is only for themselves and trying to do the best for them, therefore, and no more. Let's change the narrative. Let's do something different. Let's come together with some people that believe like we believe and let's build some communities for ourselves so that we can thrive, grow, and do what it is that we need to do over here on this side of heaven. There's so many things that are put in front of us and all around us that's trying to tear us apart and keep us separated. And why do you think that is? Because if we are together, if we come together and get some unity about ourselves, the sky is literally the limit. There's so much more that we could accomplish. There's so much more that we could do. We could seriously help each other out and we all could be in a better place. So I'm encouraging you. Find out who your people are. You may already know who your people are. Get close, get tight-knit, come up with some strategy, some plans, put some stuff in place so that you can get some unity amongst yourselves and really start to thrive and grow and fill in the gaps so that everybody can literally have what they need. You need it more than you may realize. If you ever miss an episode, you can catch us at www.youtube.com/@upliftingmoments247. And you can catch us right back here next Monday on GSSLradio.com at 10:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. That's it for our episode today. I hope I encourage you to get out there, establish some bonds, some great relationships, and create yourself a great community. Until next time, remember, love God, love yourself,